So you see,
that's the way it looks to me. You're there, right? Huh?
I like being in the
Oh, okay. Like in the middle with you.
Yes.
And you. And you. Oh, you're not Nate. Bo, who have we got here? We have a special guest.
We do. We have a special guest today. We have Chris Daniels from Minnesota Beer Company.
Okay.
Well, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Welcome.
Yeah.
I think everyone's the meat in the sandwich.
Yeah. There you
Not a
go.
bad place to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. You know, that's pretty cool. So, Chris, you were just telling the story. You kind of came from, I don't know if the climates are the same, but like Maine.
More wind here, more snow there. Otherwise, pretty much the same.
Yeah. Okay. And you've been around here for how long?
10 years will be 11 years in August.
Okay.
Yep.
And you've got the Minnesota Beer Company.
Yes, who I co-own with my wife, who's Roxanne Landers. She's a native, born and raised in Litchfield.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people know the Landers name from around here, so yeah. Yeah, good. And you, what made you decide to open up Minnesota Beer Company?
Well, my wife got pulled over in front of the old pump and pantry store in Grove City for speeding.
Oh.
That is a speed trap for sure.
She happened to see the price of the building, and because at the time she couldn't see the living room TV in our house because of my brewing equipment in the living room, she decided to buy it as a place that I could brew beer at and store my equipment. That was the original plan for it, and then it just kind of COVID. It was a long time not being able to do anything for COVID, and we did a lot of planning, and for good or for ill, that's what ended up coming out of it.
You opened up kind of at the end of COVID?
Yep, we didn't start. We bought it in 2019 and started to do demolition and stuff, but then we didn't want to try to. We just stopped when COVID started, and then by the time we decided to do the business, it was February of 2022 is when we incorporated and
Okay.
and really, and then just with the COVID contractors, and we might have made the mistake of being our own general contractor too. But it took-
I've been down that
February
road.
2022 is when we started. We thought we'd be open by September of 2022. We actually didn't open until May of 23. So it was a long, as people know that drove by, it was
Yeah.
long.
So it's been just over a year.
Yep. Yeah, we just had our year anniversary last
I think it was
weekend.
last fall. I decided to go out there and do it my way. I don't know if you know what that means, but that means I went out there on karaoke night and sang the song my way. So, and you have various different nights out there.
Yep. Yeah,
You
we
know?
do a trivia night on Thursdays. We do karaoke and music bingo on Fridays.
Right.
We give away free beer if you sing a song at
I know.
karaoke.
And it was good. I don't even remember what I had, but it was good.
Then Saturdays is a lot of live music in the summer for Saturdays,
Good. And more plans too.
and more plans for stuff. And then starting tonight, Wednesdays, for the summer we'll be doing Brews Cruise In, where people can bring their cars in. We bought the property behind us, so we have a big open field. We can park everybody, and we'll serve beer out there.
There we go.
Eventually, we'd like to grow it to the point where we can have food trucks and live music out there every Wednesday too.
Well, that'd be just absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, we'll let you guys continue and find out why he's here. It's got to have something to do with Vibrant.
Yeah, well, I was just curious. Are you allowed back in after your karaoke night? Or is your face
Well,
on
I
the
don't
wall?
know. They actually, they were nice enough to clap.
Oh, all right.
He does the McDonald.
Uh,
You say that really well every morning.
What's that? The McDonald's commercial, you mean? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, see,
Oh,
he's-
that's pretty good.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
He's got a
Actually,
good
we were
voice.
down on a vacation cruise, and I won. The big prize was a T-shirt. But anyway, yeah, I had to do a couple of old country songs and a little Frank Sinatra, and yeah. So I don't know. I don't know a note of music. I couldn't tell you a treble clef from a quarter note, but I can, I can
So we were,
sing a song.
Chris, we were looking on the website before we got here today, and one of the brews kind of made me giggle, and it's that the ex-wife.
Yep. So after brewing my regular rotation of beers, I had a bunch of leftover ingredients, and I didn't want to throw them away, but I didn't know what to do with them, so I just said, hell with it, and I threw it all in a pot, threw it all in there, and I made a batch of beer of it. Well, it turned out as like a really dark, bitter porter. And I said, since it's so dark and bitter, it can only be the ex-wife. So,
Is it popular?
for a dark beer, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but dark beer is probably the least selling beer on the wall, especially
Yeah.
this time of year. In the
Yeah.
wintertime, they sell a little quicker. But But this time of year, people like the light, refreshing stuff like the shandies and
They're not into the Guinness type.
yeah. And I put it on nitrogen too, so it pours like a Guinness. It's
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get that nice bubbly stuff.
And have you been into brewing for a long time?
yeah. See, I'm not like a lot of other breweries or brewers. I got into brewing beer because I like to drink a lot, and I was poor.
Oh, yeah.
33 years ago, whatever it was, I just happened to be at the yard sale and I found a home brewing kit for like $5. So I started. That was back when you couldn't even brew all grain. The only things they had were kits in like the Natural Living Center, these beer kits, but they had wine stuff there, which means they had corn sugar. So we would take and buy extra corn sugar and throw it into the kits to make them bump up the alcohol content because we were just trying to get drunk. That's all
Yeah.
we're trying to do. And I
He's
went
as
from
honest
that-
as can be.
Yeah, and I went from that into making moonshine, wine, anything to do with making alcohol and drinking it. I've done it. So,
okay.
and people always are weirded out that we're a brew pub, which means we're a restaurant with a liquor license that can brew its own beer. So we have mixed drinks on tap. We have hard cider. We have beers from other Minnesota breweries on tap, and we have our own beers. And the reason for that is I don't really care what beer you're drinking as long as you're sitting at my place drinking it.
Yeah, there you
so
go.
pretty
Just
versatile
having a
then.
good time, and there's certain beers I don't make. I don't like IPAs. I don't like sours. I don't like seltzers. So I won't make them. So
Yeah.
I'll just sell them from other people.
And I see that you have gluten-free options, and then there's root beer too, right?
Yeah, I sell probably more of our root beer than we sell any other single product.
Very
Yeah,
good.
between that and we give a lot of it away to charities too.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All
I
right.
think this weekend will be the third week in a row we've given a keg of root beer to a cause.
I mean, over the years we see the what was it, the 1919 out there, and yeah, I mean, have you got? Do you go one way, more of the creamy vanilla type?
I think mine's
like
more
A&W,
creamy
or
vanilla, less carbonated type.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's really a lot of difference in root beers.
That's what people say.
Yeah.
I'm not a pop guy, so
Yeah,
to me, root beer is root beer. But
Yeah.
mine is just made with filtered water, sugar,
Sure.
and the root beer extract, and that's it. And it's
Cool.
carbonated, so
Good
it's
stuff.
there's nothing else in it. So I don't know if that gives it a different flavor because people will be like, I could tell you just use sugar in this. And
So, a question for you, and then I'll turn it over to them. Out in the hinterlands of Grove City, have you got internet service?
we do. And luckily at our home, because I'm an avid online gamer, we switched from that M company. The
Them
moment
guys.
we were able to
Same
switch
here.
our home to the Vibrant,
Same here.
and it's an amazing switch.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even. I got friends in Hutchinson. I don't think you guys do but they're getting fiber. They're running it through the streets of Hutchinson. They've been doing it for a couple of years now, and he just got the box on the side of his house finally. And he's like, and they're saying they might not be able to hook it up till fall, but he's been.
You've
dealing with-
already got it, though.
Yeah, we already. So
Beautiful.
So how has Vibrant helped you in your business?
Well, so what happened to us was when we first were opening the business, we needed high-speed internet because we have our self-pour beer wall, which requires a lot of technology. You'd be surprised at how much technology is in there. I flew my friend in from Maine, who's in charge of the IT department for an entire county school system, to come in and hook up all my IT stuff because I have routers and switches. Each one of those beer taps has its own switch and its own internet thing. So we have a lot of internet, and the beer taps, surprisingly, when we have no internet, they won't pour beer. It's just
Oh, I
like
don't
the
imagine.
power being tap.
You got to run your credit card through and say, here you go.
They have a solenoid in there that runs off the computer telling it off the internet, which connects it to the point of sale system. So no internet, no beer gets poured. And the only high-speed internet I could get at the time was that M company. And I got it for a pretty good deal. Played hardball, made it sound like I had other options besides them, and they lowered the price. So it wasn't bad, and everything was fine until I believe it was about end of August, beginning of September of 23. At 5 o'clock on a Friday, we had a food truck, and their cell internet didn't work, so they were coming off of our Wi-Fi to do their POS system in their truck. The food truck had a line of, 10, 20 people in it. We had a line out the door of people waiting to get their beer cards to go to the beer wall, and the place was packed inside and outside. And at 5 o'clock on a Friday, the internet went off. And that was when we still hadn't learned what we were doing. Now I know what to do if that happens. But back then that was it. Just couldn't pour beer, and call the helpline or whatever. This is a multi-city outage.
Oh, really?
And it was out everywhere, but it'll be back on at 9:05.
Oh no.
Like, what kind of outage do you know exactly what time to get back on? I was pretty upset. So we figured they probably cost us about $2,000 in sales that day. So then immediately I was looking for, and I had already talked to Vibrant, but they're like, we're not going to be there for, and it wasn't too long after that, they're like, hey, we can hook up now. And even though we're in a contract with that M company for 3 years and we're still paying that monthly bill, we switched to Vibrant, and so we have the M company as backup if Vibrant goes out, but that's never happened. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, the speed, you pay for a certain speed with that M company, and you never get that speed. Mm-hmm. Never, ever. You pay for 100 megabits, down, and you'll get 60. And then sometimes you get 40, mm-hmm. and then it'll go back up to 60. It's never, and the weird thing with with the fiber too is that your upload speeds are sometimes faster than your download speeds, which never happens with other internet. So our internet, every time I check, it's rock solid, well over what we pay for, up and down. It's the same at our business as it is at our house. It's
dependability is really important.
Yeah,
you.
I think I've only had to reset the router once, but I'm sure there's a power outage or something that happened. Sure. Only had to do that once, and I had it almost a year now, probably.
Yeah.
And I think I've in the 3 years, 2 or 3. I think we've had it 3 years maybe in Litchfield. Sure. I don't. Maybe once a year we have to reset the router.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we like that. We see you face to face. Employees come in. It's nice to have a local touch. So if you have questions, Jane, Nathan, myself. So yeah, we're proud to be in the community where we offer service, where we do our business. So yeah.
And I can also say is, you'll know this if you ever start your own business. Immediately, everybody has their hand out to get paid. They want you to pay for everything, and for a business service, the internet, it's very, very reasonably priced. Mm-hmm. Very, very surprisingly.
Yeah. And Nathan does a great job with, he works with every business individually. He's kind of more of our business rep. So we'd like to meet with you on site because Chris's business versus a business maybe in a different city, they have different needs and wants. So it's not a one size fits all. So we're great at, making a customization and, whatever you need, we can make it work.
What was the process that Nathan did with you?
We had called and he said, because I knew they were running fiber in front, down 12, mm-hmm. right in front of, I think on the opposite side from us. And they said, when I was first looking for internet, I had called and they said, we're going to be there eventually, we're just not there yet. And the moment they were able to hook me up, he called me. And luckily it was right after that incident. So
it's pretty good timing, right?
I was hook it up.
Yep.
And I want to say, I don't even know, if there was an installation fee, it was nominal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't anything like I paid for the M company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. Well, is there a place that someone can find you online? I know we have a website. We were looking at that earlier today.
Yeah, we have our own website, Minnesota Beer Company, all spelled out, .com, and then also Facebook. Roxanne does Facebook. She does a good job keeping that updated. I do Instagram. Instagram seems to be the less of those three things.
Sure.
And you got the little van that cruises around all the time.
Yep.
It's got all the communication stuff right on the side. Says how to get a hold of them.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, you can call our phone for 320 200 beer is our phone number.
Really?
Yep.
Easy to remember. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've probably had all 200.
Yeah.
So tonight you have the Brews Cruise.
Yep. Tonight we're starting the Brews Cruise, which will be every Wednesday. People come in with their cars, their bikes, whatever they want to show off. We bought the property behind us, so we doubled our property size, and it's a nice flat field. We'll have picnic tables out there. We'll have a tent set up where we'll serve beer out there from, so you don't have to walk all the way up into the building. And as we grow it, as we get more people, eventually we'd like to add live music and car show, food trucks to that. It's coming at the end of this month. I think it's June 29th. I think it is the Beer Olympics.
Yeah, and that would be on a Saturday?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Yep. The Beer Olympics.
Bo
Ooh,
will
fun.
not be there.
Yeah,
No.
that might be a busy time.
It might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Beer Olympics. That'll be people who will compete, not like we used to, and our young days where you actually did the drinking involved with the penalties, but people compete in drinking games as a competitive athletic kind of event, like beer pong, flip cup,
Oh, sure.
cornhole, and we'll have medals for individual events, and they'll have an overall medal for the winners.
Fun. Sounds like a good time.
Good stuff.
And
Sounds
then-
like a blast.
And then in July, I think it's July 20th, we have the Bring Your Own Pool Party, which is a fundraiser for the fire department. You can bring your pools and drop them off during the week or whatever, and then we'll get them all set up, and the fire department will fill up people's pools, and then we'll have live music, food truck
You
down
mean
there.
like little
Whatever size pool you want to
backyard
drop
pool?
off.
All right.
Really? How about that?
That's
And
cool.
then you can sit there in your own little pool area and hang out and mingle with other people at their pools.
Yeah,
That's a
I don't
great
have to bring a
idea.
pool table or anything.
Yeah.
No.
No, actual swimming. Yeah, I got that idea from my friend in Maine. They did it in Maine.
Yeah.
And they said the big problem they had was filling the pools up because everybody showed up. They're trying to fill them up with a garden.
With a little hose.
Oh,
So I
man.
kind of stole the idea, but then we talked to the fire department. The fire department will fill them up, and then people can, as they want, donate money to the fire department.
Ah, cool.
That's cool. Good
Just
stuff.
hang out. Yeah.
Wow.
But that's how beer should be fun. Should
Yep.
be having, if you're drinking, should have a good time, be fun.
Well, and it should be a no-brainer to get all your internet taken care of, too. You should just be able to cruise through your business.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So if you're not at the Brews cruise tonight, Vibrant is going to be in Paynesville. They're having their Town and Country Days family night. So we will be out there. Bo and I will be out there, and Melissa. So stop on by if you're interested in that. And then next Wednesday, we're going to be in Paynesville again for our Dreaming of Streaming event.
Oh.
We're actually moving out to Paynesville. So that's at 5:30 at the Senior Center.
Yeah, and if you want to catch any of our episodes, we put them on Facebook, we put them on our YouTube channel. If you want to share Minnesota Beer Company with some friends, you can share the episode. Just search Vibrant Broadband, and then you can also listen here live every Wednesday, KLFD at 10:30. And if you have questions, you just give us a call. Our number is 693-3231, or go to the website, vibrantbroadband.com. So I want to thank you so much for hosting us. Thank you, Chris, for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me on.
My name is Bo,
And I'm Jane.
and this has been another Vibrant You Live.
Very good. Good stuff, guys. And we know more about beer now than we've ever known before.
That's
All
right.
I know a lot more.
Brilliant speed with vibrant service. Vibrant broadband internet. Vibrant broadband internet.